First of all, Elliott, we're glad that you're okay, but if you could, take us through what you saw and what you felt as you came off of turn 1 and then down the Long Pond straightaway.
Yeah, I sure will. We came off turn 1 in the 77 and the 83 were in front of me, and I was trying to get a draft on those guys and saw some smoke up above them, couldn't tell kind of what was going on, and everybody kind of started checking up, and as I checked up, the car behind me just didn't get checked up as fast as we did, got spun down through the grass, and I remember going through the grass, facing the guardrail, thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to hit this, but I'm going to be okay. And then all of a sudden, at impact, I remember I never blacked out or anything. I remember the nose of the car in the ground, the tail of the car up in the air as I'm spinning back around. And I remember just going, wow, that hurt a lot more than I remember hitting the last time I hit a guardrail. And I was just trying to catch my breath. And once the car came to a stop, I was just thinking, man, that really knocked the breath out of me. And I started undoing my helmet, undoing my seat belts, and I was really sore, kind of where the belts go over your shoulders. And as I was climbing out of the car, you see me kind of getting out of the car kind of slow, because I was just trying to just take my time, get out of the car. And when I got out of the car, I just decided to lay down because I couldn't really get my breath like I wanted to. I was still kind of sore in my chest and in my stomach. So I laid down on the ground. The rescue crew got to me. And I was just like, look, I'm fine, I'm okay. Just let me lay down right here a second. Just let me stretch my midsection out as much as I can to get as many deep breaths as I can get in me until the ambulance gets here. And then when that gets here, ready for me to get in it, then pick me up and we'll go ahead and go to the ambulance. So I remember everything exactly how it happened, but the biggest thing caught me off guard, and I didn't know this until I saw the replay later, was the way I hit that wall, the way it was shaped, just made it a lot more of an impact than what I was really getting ready for.
Elliott, when you got out of that car and laid down and then saw the aftermath of your crash, I mean, that had to make you hurt maybe even worse than you did at first, huh?
It did, and you know how it is, Michael. You kind of do a checklist. After you do a hard hit like that and you're like, okay, I can feel my feet, I can feel my hands, I'm okay. I get out of the car, the first thing I see is the sway bar tube laying beside what used to be the left front tire assembly. The sway bar tube with the sway bar arms laying there, I'm going, wow, oh, man, this was a hard hit. And then by that time I got out of the car and turned around, it's like, man, I guess that's my motor sitting there. And the first thing I thought about was Doug Yates. I was going, okay, that's not good, the motor sitting there. And then I was just like, man, I just need to get my breath right here. I just really, where the seat belts, man, I was really red through here where the seat belts had grabbed me. But after I got my breath and I was okay and went to the infield care center, everything was fine.
Elliott, we hate to keep the accident theme going here, but since we are talking about this wreck, take us back to that one in 2003 at Talladega and describe the difference for the race fans, the abrupt stop that you had at Pocono and then the flipping at Talladega.
It is. I tell you what, Randy, that's a good question, but it is a big difference. At the Talladega wreck, when you keep just flipping, it's almost like, I've used this analogy before, it's almost like being in a boxing ring with a boxer and he just keeps giving you body blows. Just seems like every time that car was hitting and flipping, it's just like a little bit more breath out of, being knocked out of you. And then when you're flipping, it gets very dark when you're upside down. And all I remember when I was flipping was just, please let me land on all 4 tires so I can get out of this thing. And at Pocono, being the hit that it was, it just surprised me because I thought I was honestly just going to glance off of a guardrail, and then we've all seen now the kind of hit that I've had. It just really surprised me. It was one just massive blow all at one time, just like a knockout punch. And it was really hard for me to catch my breath. And, we were made aware this morning that it's the highest ever recorded wreck ever in NASCAR history. So I'm sure I'm going to sit down with NASCAR this weekend and we're going to review all the G-forces and the Delta Vs and everything that happened. And they've already been to our shop to see how the seat and all held up. But it was just a massive one hard hit compared to Talladega a couple years ago where it was just over and over and over again.
Thanks so much for sharing your time with us here on Inside NASCAR.
Well, thanks for having me on the show. We watch it a lot every night when you guys come on late at night. So guys got a great show. I love listening to the different crew chiefs and drivers and all the insight that you have, all your radio chatter. It's definitely a great informative show to watch. So appreciate you letting me be on it this week.
I'm Jimmy Johnson, driver of the number 48 car.
Johnson wins!
When I want to watch the best highlights and analysis from the racetrack, I watch Inside NASCAR on Showtime.
Inside NASCAR. New episodes Wednesdays at 10 or anytime on Showtime On Demand.